Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Mandy. How are you guys doing tonight? For some reason, it's saying my connection is weak. There we go. I think we're good now. So yeah, once you tune in, do me a favor, comment below, say hi. I'm trusting we're good. I have 3 little bars on my phone right now, and I'm excited to share tonight's topic with you. We're going to be talking about overcoming digestive challenges or digestive issues. And honestly, that is a really big deal. And I myself suffered from digestive issues in the past, and pretty much every person that I've ever come across also has had some type of challenges, are potentially facing challenges now, and especially the clients that I work with, everyone on my my program, my one-on-one coaching program, my small group coaching program. There's really not anyone that I've ever come across that doesn't have some sort of challenges with digestion. Hey, what's up, Honor? How are you, beauty? I just saw your profile picture go across the bottom. So once you guys tune in, comment below, say hi, let me know how you're doing. And yeah, I feel my love and appreciation for you taking out time in your night to join me here on this beautiful Wednesday night. Once again, we're going to be talking about overcoming digestive issues. So if you feel called to do so and this video resonates with you, do me a favor and share this video to your timeline, because like I said, almost every single person that I ever have known literally has some sort of digestive challenges. So hey, Joyce, Monica, Andrew, Christy, Carissa, how are you doing? Thank you so much, Carissa, for sharing the video. Feel my love and appreciation. Hey, Brittany, how are you, sister? So everyone, hello, feel my love and appreciation, you beautiful beings of light. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, feel my gratitude for you guys, for sure. Hey, Brittany, thank you for sharing. Honor says, I fucking love you. You're a huge blessing. Share it now. Yeah, thank you so much, Honor. I appreciate you, sister. And Carissa Dunn, I appreciate you, ladies. So once again, we're talking about overcoming digestive issues. So do me a favor and comment below. I love you too, Carissa. Feel my love, sister. If you have ever had any challenges with digestion, just comment below. Yes, you don't have to divulge like exactly what it is. But if you have experienced challenges with digestion in the past or even potentially now, I'm going to share with you some ways to overcome that. But I also like to know, and I like to, communicate with you guys and get some feedback if you have ever experienced any kind of issues with digestion. Some of those issues could potentially be, like acid reflux, bloating, gas, constipation, IBS, IBD, like anything that's abnormal. In other words, like you feel uncomfortable after you eat, something just isn't jiving right. Bloating is a pretty common one, like where you get bloated, your stomach kind of gets distended. That's really common, especially when you're eating, breads and things of that nature. So yeah, I appreciate you guys' feedback. I think that it's really a big deal that people are aware that that is not normal. Like we should be able to eat our food, process our food, digest our food, assimilate our food, essentially through our small intestinal tract, absorb the nutrients from the food that we're putting into our body, and then eliminate the food, meaning that we're able to have a good poo-poo. So you hear me talk about that a lot. Of course, that's also my motto, let shit go, like straight up. We require letting it go literally and figuratively. So if you're holding on to, toxic fecal matter in your colon, then that obviously is a big challenge for your health, because that's actually something called autointoxication, meaning that your body is just constantly absorbing the toxins from the fecal matter in your colon. And so it's in your bloodstream, and it is essentially feeding your cells with dirty blood. So that's kind of the easiest, most general way that I can explain it to you. So we require making sure we're able to go to the bathroom. And honestly, guys, we should be going to the bathroom within 30 to 45 minutes, if not an hour or so after we consume food. And honestly, most people are completely unaware of that. They think that it's normal to not go to the bathroom for a couple days on end. I can't tell you how many people I've supported in my program that literally tell me girl, I only go to the bathroom once every few days or something like that. And that's honestly no bueno. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. And the reason I always talk about constipation is because it is such a common thing. And once again, I suffered from constipation in the past, so I'm definitely not here pointing fingers at everyone else, because I've been through a lot of these things myself, of course, which is what has led me to be so passionate about holistic lifestyle, holistic health, fitness, nutrition, and things like that to share with you guys. So yeah, I appreciate you guys giving me your feedback. And once again, if you feel called to do so, whether you're watching the live video now or you're catching the replay, if you could do me a favor and share this video, I would really appreciate you, because what you are doing when you share this video is you're allowing me to support other people through you. So, if something is resonating with you and you're like, wow, like imagine everybody else that probably would be saying the same thing. So thank you, Lawrence, for sharing the video. I appreciate you. So really quick about me, my name is Mandy Fonville. I'm a holistic lifestyle, fitness, and nutrition expert / coach. I'm super duper duper passionate about supporting others and transforming their life, literally, and empowering others to stand up and become the best version of themselves, whatever that looks like for you. So I've talked about this in a lot of my videos about taking off the mask and, being fully, just completely who you are with no reservations. So, that is one thing that I'm really here to do. I feel very called that this is really my calling, obviously, because I am so passionate about it. And, reach out to me if you require any support in any area. And obviously feel free to that you can always comment below on any of these Facebook videos and also send me a private Facebook message. So thank you so much, Christy, for sharing the video, sister. So yeah, I actually took antidepressants for 16 years. I've been off of them for about 4.5 years. So I have a past where, I grew up in a very traumatic, dysfunctional household with a lot of anger. And, I was a very, fearful child. So I had a lot of challenges with digestion, and, our stomach actually is where we house or hold fear. So, another way to look at digestive challenges would be potentially that you may have some fear operating somewhere. It could be something subconscious that you're not intellectually aware of, but maybe you have some fear about your finances. Maybe you have fear about your job. Maybe you have fear surrounding your relationship or your children. I mean, the possibilities really would be endless, but, chances are digestive issues are somehow or another going to be related to what's going on in your subconscious mind, which internally would have to do with the emotion of fear. Okay. So maybe you get kind of clear on that as well. And like I said, growing up the way that I did and then experiencing depression, obviously I know now that toxic antidepressant pharmaceutical drugs are not the answer, and they were not the answer then. So that's also one thing I'm really, really passionate about, spreading knowledge and awareness. And anybody who's suffering from any kind of challenges with depression or anxiety or anything mentally, that I'm here to support you guys and give you, information that could potentially, turn your life around and turn your health around. So, 16 years on antidepressants, I drank alcohol heavily. I ate a ton of fast food. I used to work out way too much, excessively. I didn't drink enough water. There's just so many things that relate to my past that now I have literally transformed all that, completely turned it all around, completely turned my health around, and I feel super amazing. And so I am, just passionate about supporting other people in realizing that there is a better way, that there is another way. So, 9 times out of 10, people are running to their medical doctor, and unfortunately, they are just taught symptom-based treatment. And so they're just writing, on their prescription pad, and they're giving you a bottle of pills for you to take to suppress some symptom, when in all actuality, that symptom is really your body communicating with you that there is a much bigger problem, that there is a root of the problem that requires being addressed, and that is why your body is expressing the symptom, right? So you don't necessarily require taking medication for all these symptoms, because that medication is going to cause side effects, and then you're going to potentially go back to your doctor and they're going to lovingly give you another prescription to counteract that side effect. And it literally is like a domino effect, and before you know it, you're on tons of medications and you're feeling like crap, and those medications are toxic to your body. They are challenging and congesting your organs, and they're man-made, they're synthetic. So on a DNA cellular level, our bodies don't recognize that stuff. What our bodies do recognize is real whole food, and potentially herbs and botanicals and things of that nature that are natural. So there's ways of turning your health around, fixing your digestion, which is a lot about what we're going to talk about tonight, because honestly, illness is rooted in the digestive tract, in the colon. So 80% of your immune system also resides there in your intestinal tract. And I'm going to talk about that here, more in a second. But once again, pharmaceutical toxic drugs are not the answer, my friends. So if you're dealing with some kind of challenges, reach out to me. Even if it's not anything I've ever talked about before, chances are I'm going to know about it. So if you have some challenges, or potentially someone in your family has challenges, or, your loved one, someone close to you, a coworker, your best friend, etc., and, maybe they're taking a whole bunch of medications and they don't really have a clue about natural holistic remedies and, medicating their body with, like I said, homeopathic remedies, herbs, botanicals, things like that are more natural. And then, of course, changing their lifestyle, because that's one of the biggest deals, is literally what we're putting into our mouth, what we're putting into our body, and then obviously too what we put onto our body and onto our skin, because essentially when you put something, you know, on your skin, it is still getting into your body. It takes about 12 seconds once you put it onto your skin for it to go into your bloodstream. So if you're using toxic like lotions with perfumes and chemicals and dyes and all that kind of stuff, and you're spraying body sprays and stuff all over you, and you're using toxic deodorant and tampons, be sure and check out my video that's called non-toxic product recommendations. I recorded that. It was like the week before last week. And so just go on Facebook to the little magnifying glass and type in Mandy Fonville non-toxic product recommendations. I literally do a whole video about toxic products, and then I give you alternatives of natural ways that you can use, you know, natural products, obviously, to get rid of the toxins and stuff that you have in your life. Because most of the time, what's going on is that people are consuming way too many toxins than they're actually releasing. So the biggest way that people are consuming toxins is by the food and beverages that they're putting into their body. So that's an easy way for me to kind of lead into this as far as digestion is concerned. But first, I want to make the disclaimer that I am not a doctor. Nothing I say is meant to treat, diagnose, prevent, or cure dis-ease in the body. And if you have any health challenges, you know, I recommend that you do talk to your medical doctor. So I just say that as a disclaimer. But honestly, guys, I've literally turned around my health. I've gotten off medication. I've supported so many people and all these things as well. So I say that disclaimer for the simple fact that I'm required to say the disclaimer for liability purposes. But do I believe that you require medications and all that? No, I do not. And do I believe that you can heal your body with nutrition and real whole food and changing your lifestyle and changing your thoughts and doing some different things in your life to get more in touch with your God and your source and your creator? Yes, absolutely. By all means, I do believe so. So I also want to mention too that I'm a personal trainer. I've been a trainer since 2005. I have a certification in yoga. So I'm a yoga instructor, as well as I have a certification in advanced food healing, where we have protocols from everything from like acne and constipation to cancer. So we have it all. We have it all covered. It's based on real whole food and how you can take care of your body and how you can supplement your body with nutrition, cleanse your body, detox your body, cleanse your organs, and get off of medication. Okay. And Carissa's commenting below. Yes, I did. She is actually one of my very, very dedicated, amazing, beautiful, wonderful sister/clients. And she has gotten off of a buttload of medication, and she has literally transformed herself from the inside out. So I acknowledge you, sister, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate all your support that you have for me and my program. And I just appreciate you for being so dedicated. So keep up the good work, beauty. So, well, like I was saying a second ago, one of the biggest ways that we have a body that is overly toxic is by what we're consuming. So if you are eating processed, dead, devitalized food that is coming out of a box that has a label, okay, that is not real whole food. Real whole food does not contain ingredients, okay? Real whole food, you don't require looking at a label. You don't require looking at nutrition facts, because there is no label. You know, when did a farmer go pick a squash out of the garden and read a label, right? I know it says video, y'all are saying video skipping, and I choose to know what's going on. It says that I have 2 bars. I think it's like people are maybe trying to contact me or something on here. I choose to know what in the world is going on. Is it still chopping up? Because if so, I may just stop the video and like redo it. But okay, now I have 3 bars. Okay, we're rolling. So everybody put your love and positive vibes and energy into this. We're going to get this rolling here. So, you know, like I was saying a second ago, the number one thing is what you're putting into your body. So you require really taking note about what you're eating on a daily basis. Like if you require getting a notebook and a pen, you know, a piece of paper, and you write everything down about what you're eating so that you literally can see it, right? Because sometimes, you know, life gets busy, and sometimes you may not really be aware of exactly what's going on, and you may potentially think that you are eating really, really good. Hey, what's up, Andrea? Film my love, sister. Okay, I appreciate your feedback, Karen. Christy, Shelly, Donna Lynn, we're good. Okay, we're rolling, ladies. We're rolling. So, once again, you know, if you're not necessarily paying attention to what you're putting into your body, then you may think that you're doing like really great, but chances are you could be doing even better for your health. So, taking a look at what you're putting into your body, of course, in terms of food and in terms of your water supply, and then looking secondarily like at your products, your products that you're putting on your body, you know, your shampoos, your conditioners, your makeup, your toothpaste, your laundry detergent, your soap. And once again, check out that video, non-toxic product recommendations, Mandy Fonville. Type that in on Facebook. I guarantee you it's going to come up. It has like 2,000 and something views, and like I don't even know how many shares. But please do me a favor. If you do check out that video, share that video. Share that with your friends. Share it on your timeline or whatnot, because everybody requires hearing this information. So let's talk too about what the digestive system is. We're going to start off with that. So the digestive system, if you didn't know, we're just going to break it down sort of in like simple terms. When you eat your food, you produce saliva in your mouth, and the enzymes and stuff in the saliva are actually going to start preparing the food for digestion, literally right when you put it in your mouth. That's why it's important to take time and like smell your food, look at your food, allow your mouth to salivate just a little bit, and then not to be eating all the time. Like so many people are constantly grazing all the time that they're not really hungry, and then they're just putting food into their body. That's not how we are designed. I'm going to tell you that right now. So allow yourself to really be hungry, right? And then you look at the food and you're like, I can't wait to eat it. Like say we're talking about a mango, for example. And so you're peeling the mango and you're looking at the beautiful fresh color, and it smells so good and it is so beautiful, and you're excited about eating it, and you're smelling it, and your mouth is watering because you can't wait to eat it. Like literally me even saying that has my mouth watering, right? So, think about the food that you're about to eat. Then you put it into your mouth. You're going to start chewing it, okay? And this is also very important. We literally require chewing like every bite of food, like 30 to 40 times. We require chewing it so much that it is literally almost liquid before we swallow it, okay? And I can honestly say I have been guilty of this in the past, especially like being in a rush where you just put food in your mouth, you take a couple bites and you swallow it. Like who else does that? Give me some thumbs up or some hearts or comment yes, because I know I'm not the only person. And unfortunately in today's world, so many people are, they're in a hurry, they're in a rush, they're driving between meetings, or they have their children that they're picking up from school, and then they're trying to get to the gym, but they have all these things going on, and so they're not thinking about it. And maybe they're eating something and they literally take a couple bites and they swallow, and they're not chewing up their food. So that right there is our first line of digestion, meaning that we require taking time to chew up our food so that our digestion will work optimally. Okay, so that's number one, is to make sure you chew your food like 30 to 40 times, let it become almost liquid, and then swallow the food. Okay, then the food obviously is going to go into the stomach. It's going to mix with more enzymes in the stomach and hydrochloric acid to get broken down even further. Okay, then it's going to go into the obviously then it's going to mix with like pancreatic enzymes, your bile, etc. It's going to then go into the small intestinal tract, which is where it's broken down to even smaller molecules, and that is actually where your body absorbs the nutrients, is there in the small intestinal tract. Okay, and then from the small intestinal tract it goes into your colon, which is essentially the big waste container, your large intestine, if you think about that, and it's going to sit there. Your body is going to extract all of the liquid out of it, the water, the chyme, all the different things, and it's going to become a stool, right? And then when you go to the bathroom, you release that into the toilet. So that's actually how digestion works. So if you can imagine, if your digestion's hindered, chances are you're not even getting the nutrients from the food that you are consuming. So if you're consuming like a diet of processed food, fast food, fried food, and crap food, that's already bad enough, okay? And then coupled with hindered digestion, which is so common nowadays, imagine how you are really not getting any nutrition. So how can you, have a healthy body, which our body is our vehicle, our temple, our tool to experience this life, and we require making sure that we put good, high quality fuel and nutrition into our body. Okay, just like in your car, you wouldn't put a gallon of water in your gas tank in your car and expect your car to run efficiently. Okay, obviously. So some of the biggest things that we require doing is to look at literally the number one thing is your diet. Okay, and obviously that is where most people have the biggest challenges, but it really is so simple. It's just eating real whole food. It really is that simple. So we're going to talk more about that in a little bit. Hey, Janice, thanks for tuning in, beauty. And hey, Carissa. Oh, I already said Carissa. Selena, what's up, sister? So also, I mentioned this a little while ago, is that 80% of our immune system is actually rooted in our gut. And the reason is we have something there called a microbiome, and that is actually a combination of your good bacteria and your bad bacteria. Okay, so we have, if you want to hear, probiotics, most people are familiar with what probiotics are. That's your good bacteria. So if you think about the gut bacteria and it having a nice, delicate balance of some bad bacteria, because that is, they are somewhat useful in a way, but you're going to have more good bacteria to keep the bad bacteria at bay, and 80% of your immune system actually resides in the gut. based on your gut bacteria. Okay. So if you've ever done any research about that, you'll learn about, people potentially that are missing certain strains of gut bacteria and how they can't digest certain foods, et cetera, et cetera. But the way that you make sure that your gut bacteria is thriving is if you're required to take a probiotic supplement, then yeah, maybe so. But let me just remind you that our body is going to recognize and absorb real whole food, and you're going to get your nutrition and your benefits from real whole food than you ever will from a powder or from a pill or anything like that. So always remember that the real whole food is the way to go. Thanks for sharing, Selena. So that's why I do talk about like fermented foods, sauerkraut, things like that, like kombucha, kefir, those things are good. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of people, their digestion is so hindered that even when they start taking probiotics or introducing like the good bacteria from fermented foods and things like that, they literally have challenges because that is how compromised their digestion is. So what that really means is that most of the time their colon is not functioning properly, like they're not eliminating properly, they're not getting the poop out of their body. They potentially even have some congestion in their small intestinal tract. Some of you may have heard of SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. I mean, there's so many different things now that there really is no cookie cutter approach. And in fact, this is what I support people on, especially in my one-on-one coaching and my small group 4-week fast track transformation program, where if somebody's dealing with super major digestive challenges, like we require for real figuring out exactly what's going on. And it's a process of, okay, we're going to try this and this and this versus like, okay, here, and just dumping something on someone and saying like, here, drink this or take this pill, etc. Because honestly, guys, it can cause more challenges. And I know because I've been there, because I had been there one point in time in my life where I was having challenges. And, it was even a naturopathic doctor. I had holistic doctors like back when I was in Houston, and I would do a lot of research and I would try, the latest probiotic or, the latest this or the latest that. And I literally did so much. And our gut lining, our intestinal tract, the lining is very, very delicate. So, we require taking caution, even if it is a probiotic pill or a superfood or herbs or something like that, because very, very highly concentrated herbs and things like that, those things also can stress out your digestive tract. Like we are not made to bombard everything like a lot of people do here in America. So, it is a very intricate process, and I have healed my body. Obviously, like I said, I took antidepressants for 16 years. So you can only imagine, the challenges that I had, experienced based on that, especially with my digestion. But I healed all that and I reversed it. Now things are amazing. So this is what I support people in, clearly. That is why I'm so passionate about it. But, so the main thing is I just want to say that there really is no cookie cutter approach. It's not just like, okay, start taking probiotics and everything's good. 9 times out of 10, you really require figuring out what is going on with your digestion. And some of the ways, that we can start looking at that is by changing the diet, changing what you're putting into your body. That right there is already going to support you in having more optimal digestion, because we're not made to eat processed foods. Our bodies do not recognize it. So that's number one. Some of the other causes obviously is going to be stress. Really, guys, stress is like the number one killer of the microbiome. So once again, I was talking about the delicate balance in the gut, right, of the bacteria, and stress is really the number one thing that would kill off, your balance or kill off potentially your good bacteria. And then the or the bad bacteria potentially has, the chance to overproduce. So when that starts happening, that's when you have things like candida. Like, give me some thumbs up and some hearts. Comment yes if you've ever had challenges with candida, or if you've ever heard about candida, because a lot of times now everyone, they want to blame everything on candida. It's like, oh, I got all these symptoms and it's candida. I'm going to do a candida cleanse. Like everything's candida. Let me tell you what's really going on. What's really going on is you have hindered digestion. So yeah, you potentially have an overgrowth of bad bacteria, and potentially you do have some challenges with candida and parasites and things like that. I have in the past, no shame, right? But what it really required was for me to fix my hindered digestion. And once I fixed my digestion, we're going to talk about the liver and the gallbladder and the importance of those for digestion as well. But once I fixed all those things, I don't have any symptoms anymore. I don't have any challenges with any of that anymore. Like there is a good balance in my gut of healthy, bacteria. And so of course I'm thriving. So, it's so sad when so many people are running out to get like the latest candida cleanse, or, they're taking all these herbs to like kill parasites and kill off the bad bacteria, because let me just tell you, my friends, I've been there, done that. And even though it's going to potentially kill off the bad bacteria, it can potentially kill off your good guys too. So that is not necessarily the way to go, to just assault your body, because I did that. So hello, I'm right here. I'm living proof. I've been the guinea pig. So I'm going to tell you right now, to just assault your body with all this stuff to try to kill off the bad guys is not the answer. Not the answer at all. So Like I said a second ago, stress is like the number one thing. Obviously, what that does when we're stressed out is we activate our sympathetic nervous system. So if you think about it, if you are out in the middle of the jungle and a lion starts chasing you and you're taking off running right through the freaking jungle because you're running for your life, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? All the blood is going to go from your heart and your stomach area, which is all what we require for digestion, obviously stomach and the intestinal tract. But all the blood is going to actually then start flowing out to your extremities. Your heart rate's going to increase and your adrenaline is going to start pumping to allow you to run, to outrun. I was trying to think of the word, cancel. I choose to remember to outrun the tiger, right? So you're running to save your life. And that is not the time to try to eat your food. So unfortunately, so many people are operating in the sympathetic nervous system because of the fact that their adrenals are overtaxed. They're super stressed out. They have a lot of anxiety. They're in a stressful environment. They're standing up while they're eating. They're in the car while they're eating. You know, we require sitting down, calming down, smelling our food, looking at our food, taking some deep breaths, you know, being grateful and thankful for our food and eating our food because the food is fuel for our body and not the other way around. And so, like I said, so many people are operating out of their sympathetic nervous system where they're constantly stressed and they're in fear. And so therefore, your body is not able to properly digest and assimilate the food that you're eating. Okay. So what we require doing is to shift our body into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, which basically tells every single cell in your body, like, hey, calm down. It's okay. There's no tiger chasing you. There's no lion chasing you. Like, you can actually sit here and chew up your food and enjoy your food and eat your food. Okay. That is really what we require doing. Okay. So those are some of the biggest things that you can focus on for sure is chewing your food, breathing, you know, mentally calming down, getting yourself in the right place, activating your sympathetic nervous system, you know, enjoying your food. Another big thing too is not to overeat. So many people like shovel food in their mouth until their stomach literally starts hurting or they like get all bloated and they're like, okay, now I'm full. I did a video on Monday night about emotional eating and other self-destructive behaviors. I talked about all of it and I talked about how literally it is rooted in emotional, you know, challenges, etc. So if you choose, check out that video. Once again, it's called emotional, let's see, how did I call it? Yeah, emotional eating, overcoming emotional eating and self-destructive behaviors. That is the name of the video. And if I choose to remember, I will post the links to these videos that I'm talking about here in the comments afterwards, the non-toxic product ones and then the one that I did on Monday night. Because a lot of times, you know, things are rooted more emotionally. So we're eating, and maybe we are eating healthy food. Potentially, you know, we're eating cauliflower and broccoli or something. But because we're dealing with some stuff emotionally, we just keep on eating because that makes us feel better. Because somehow or another, that's comforting to us to continue to eat. And there's reasons why, you know, scientifically they've studied why, you know, like the hand to the mouth and things like that and why it's comforting, etc. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But check out that video if you haven't seen it already. Let me see. Talise said she's heard of it relating to the candida. Janice says, yes, I need this being a diabetic. Oh, absolutely. We can talk a lot more about diabetes. Christy says, my mother-in-law always tells us not to stand and eat. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, we require like calming down. I mean, think about back in the olden days. It's funny to say that, but think about literally like back, you know, like how they used to sit down and eat and sit around the table and everyone gave thanks and they held hands and they you know what I mean? Like, it's just not like that anymore. So we require doing our best to like get back to the basics in that. And, you know, calming down, chilling out, eating our food, and really like enjoying the food that we're eating and allowing it to feed and fuel our body. So once again, as far as the nutrition's concerned, like if you think about all the food that's out there, you know, the fast foods, the processed foods, a lot of them are packed full of bad fats, like toxic bad fats. It's literally congesting our bodies, especially our livers and our gallbladder, as well as our circulatory system, which obviously puts challenges on our heart. And then all the food out there that's not organic, even organic food, unfortunately, like we require, you know, doing our best to like soak our food, even if it is organic, soaking it and cleaning it really, really well. And, you know, there's even studies right now that they're showing like even organic food has traces of mercury and different things on it just because of like our acid rain. And that's a whole nother story, guys. But chances are you're consuming some chemicals no matter how well you're trying to eat, right? Because I'm like hardcore about this stuff. But, you know, either way, you're going to be consuming some toxins as well as like the air that we're breathing, the toxins in the air that we're breathing, as well as our water supply. Because even though we're fortunate enough to live here in America and we have a sewer system, there are still toxins in our tap water. So potentially when you're taking a shower or taking a bath, you're You're consuming those things via the skin. Once again, they're going into the skin. They're being absorbed through the skin into the bloodstream, and then they're in your body. In fact, I read something not too long ago that they say taking like even just a 10-minute really hot steaming shower or bath, that it's actually comparable to drinking 2 gallons of tap water. Wow, that's a big deal. Like, think about 2 gallons of tap water and how much water you have to drink to get that into your body. And it only takes about 10 minutes in a hot shower or in a bathtub for you to get that same amount of toxins that you would consuming 2 gallons of water. And a lot of reasons is, especially when the water's hot, it's going to dilate your pores and the steam is going to come up. You're obviously breathing in the steam and there's chemicals in the steam, etc. So not to freak you guys out, but if you choose, get yourself a shower filter, a bath filter as well. They have those little bath balls. I've talked about that before. You can order that stuff off Amazon. But in other words, like, we have bodies that are overly toxic and deficient of vital minerals, amino acids, nutrients, things like that we require to function, to have healthy cells and a healthy function in our body. So, really taking care in the foods that you're putting into your body, as well as the products that you're putting on to your body, and then doing your best to eliminate the toxins that are coming into your body, as well as doing your best to support your body in getting rid of toxins, is really one of the biggest ways that you guys can turn your health around. Let's see what Janice says. I stop when I feel it in my stomach, never overeat. Mother always say when you feel it in the stomach, push yourself away from the table. Seems to work. But then now as I'm older, my body has changed. But I try to eat a 4-ounce serving only, plus a healthy snack in between exercise. Yeah, and we can talk more about that, sister. That's kind of a little bit too much to go into detail, like with this video. But absolutely, like, we require stopping when we're about 70% full. Like, our stomachs can't take it. And so overeating is, like, honestly one of the biggest stressors for our digestive tract, for sure. So making sure that we minimize that is a big deal. And actually, that was the next bullet point that I had on here, is that we don't require eating all the time. Like, so many people are constantly grazing all day long. It's like, oh, every 2.5, 3 hours, like, they feel like they're supposed to eat because someone has made this rule that, your blood sugar level will drop and you require eating. Yeah, that could be the case if you're hypoglycemic and if you have challenges, and if you've been eating a lot of processed crappy foods, then yeah, you probably do have some challenges with hypoglycemia, and you probably do requiring eating every about 2.5 to 3 hours, because if you don't, you're going to feel like crap. And the reason is that when we're not eating, that actually gives our body times to naturally detoxify. So it can actually take that energy that it would potentially be using to digest your food, and it can use that energy to detoxify your body as well as burn fat. So you can actually reset your body to become more of a fat burning machine when you're not eating all the time. So that's a whole nother story, guys. To be honest with you, like I said, there's really no cookie cutter approach. So many people are coming from a background of, the standard American diet. They're sedentary. They have health challenges. They're on medication. So once again, do not take any of this as gospel. I'm not a doctor. This is all for educational purposes. If you choose to have support from me, then reach out. Allow me to support you. Don't just watch my videos and be like, oh, that's what she said, so I'm going to try it. Because honestly, if you have been eating like shit for a really, really long time, and then all of a sudden you're going to try to go fast or something like that. Obviously, you guys have probably heard of fasting, but if you're going to go try to do some intermittent fasting or some fasting, you are not going to feel well. Once again, that's because when you're not eating food, your body's going to take that energy to detoxify your body. And potentially, if you have challenges with hypoglycemia as well, you're not going to feel very good. So, but that's just what I was going to say. Like, we really are not supposed to be eating all the time. So you can get to a point where you can healthily do intermittent fasting, that you literally do not require to be eating food all freaking day long. Okay. Think about nature. Like, or think about our ancestors. Like, it wasn't normal for them to just have a bag of raw almonds in their purse, right? They required going out and, they were hunters and gatherers or whatnot, right? They were required to go find their food, go get their food, to harvest their food, to go kill the buffalo or whatever. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, I think I'm going to eat, or like, oh, your timer on your watch goes off or your timer on your phone goes off. Once again, though, most people require eating like that. Why? Because that's just a sign of a bigger problem. That's called hypoglycemia. And the reason they're challenged with hypoglycemia is because of probably the very high amount of processed foods and carbohydrates, processed carbohydrates, refined carbohydrates, because carbohydrates in themselves aren't bad in real whole form, right? But it's because of the choices that they've made that have put their body in the predicament that their body is in now. So Once again, another thing, I don't think I mentioned this up top, but another thing I wanted to say too that can damage the very delicate gut lining as well as the microbiome is taking a lot of medications. So whether it's over-the-counter medications or toxic pharmaceutical drugs, like I said, I did for 16 years, that literally kills off the microbiome in your gut. That kills off the good guys. That is synthetic, man-made shit. Your body does not recognize it, and chances are you don't require it. What you do require is getting to the root of your problem and changing your lifestyle, okay? And like I said, the root of all illness typically is in the gut. Because if you think about it, we got a hole here and we got a hole down here. So you're going to eat food here, it's going to go into the body, and it's going to come out back here. There's no escaping it. If it goes into your body, it's in there. It's not like, oh, calories in versus calories out. Like so many people are focused on weight loss nowadays, and they want to like read how many calories is in some protein processed crap bar that has a whole bunch of processed crap in it that you don't even know what the name of it is. And you know, they're putting stuff in their body that their bodies do not recognize. And then they're worried so much about calories in versus calories out. And then guess what? They have a very compromised body, unfortunately, congested liver, congested colon, gallbladder that's potentially not, functioning at 100%. Their adrenals are taxed because they're crushing that caffeine because they feel like shit. So they require drinking the caffeine first thing in the morning and then potentially again in the afternoon around 2 or 3 in the afternoon because they don't feel good. And they don't have any energy, so therefore they're assaulting their adrenals even further, allow or actually force their adrenals to produce. Man, what's up with this weak connection? They're forcing their adrenals to produce the adrenaline to give them energy because they don't have any energy, right? Because they're not functioning optimally in all areas of their life and in their body, because everything is integrated, everything is connected. There's not one single thing that's separate from the other. So, if you're not feeling good and you're not going to the bathroom regularly and your diet and stuff's off track, and you require support, please reach out, guys. I am honestly here to support you. So once again, the answer is not in a pill form. The answer is changing your lifestyle and getting to the root of the problem. And like I said, this video, every single person in the world could get something out of this video, because I've never met a single person that has not ever experienced digestive challenges or are potentially experiencing digestive challenges right now, or are on toxic, pharmaceutical drugs and all kinds of stuff like that. So taking medications, birth control pills, over-the-counter pills, all those things. Like, I don't take medications. If I have anything going on, I'm going either the herbal route, botanicals, homeopathic remedies. I'm using real whole food or whatever, or I'm going to fast. I'm going to let my body take care of itself. I'm going to support my immune system and things like that. But taking pills, honestly, is not the answer. And the other thing is most people, unfortunately, this is the other part I want to talk about taking pills, is that so many people are challenged with these digestive issues. And so they're simply taking a bunch of supplements, okay? Because someone said that was the next best answer. And I've been there before, and I've been the one who's taken all the supplements, and I've been the one who, has followed what someone else said versus following my natural instincts. And, if you have stuff going on, so you just start taking like hydrochloric acid, or you start taking pancreatic enzymes, or you start taking digestive enzymes with pancreatin and like all these different things to support your body and breaking down the food. Hello, bingo. If you're having to take those pills, then really what you require doing is realizing like, okay, well, there's probably something going on here. If I'm requiring to take something to support my body and digesting my food, well, first of all, what am I eating? Okay, because if you're not eating real whole food, but if you're eating real whole food, which I was, and I was still experiencing challenges, then you just get to get clear on, well, what else is really going on? And I choose to get to the root of the problem and fix whatever that is that's going on so that I can have proper digestion and that my body can function optimally. Because did you know that the number one surgery in the United States of America is gallbladder removal? I have talked about this on a video before, but it is so common. In fact, just like 3 weeks ago or so, I had someone reach out to me, and unfortunately she got her gallbladder removed, although I was trying my best to convince her otherwise. But it is so common nowadays, and doctors make so much stinking money. Do yourself a favor and go Google it and seriously find out how much money doctors make when they remove people's gallbladders. And then you may see why they're so adamant about you require getting your gallbladder removed. Guess what? God didn't make us to have any of our organs removed. Hello, newsflash. We require all of our organs. So unless something happens and you're like, for some reason in a spot where you're like literally gonna die if you don't get something removed, then yeah, chances are it may be a good idea to get it removed. But if your gallbladder is just congested, because chances are it's because your liver's congested, and you get to do some things to change your lifestyle and naturally cleanse your liver, because there are ways to do that, because I've done it many, many times and supported people in doing it. Chances are removing your organs is not the answer, okay? Removing your thyroid, removing your gallbladder, removing your everything, ovaries. Literally, guys, guys, there is a natural way of approaching all of this stuff. You know, endometriosis. I mean, there's so much that I hear from people, and literally it breaks my heart. Okay, cancel clear on that. But it's really hard for me to hear about all this stuff because of all the knowledge that I have and because of all the things that I've been through and because I do know that there's a better way. So I'm just trusting that the information that I'm choosing to share and gift you guys with, that it's supporting people, and that, you know, like if you're sharing this video and it touches somebody, that if you guys require some support, reach out to me. Once again, whether you're watching the replay or you're watching the live video right now, but I'm here to support you guys because there is a better way. So that's what this is really about. Hey, what's up, Ashley? Thanks for tuning in, beauty. Carissa says, I'm off all medications because of your program. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much, Janice. Amen, sister. Yes. So once again, taking a whole bunch of supplements because your digestion is compromised is not the answer, guys. So if you have something going on and your liver and your gallbladder are congested, which most people's are, unfortunately, you require getting to the root of that and getting that resolved. Okay, because what happens is our gallbladder actually is what's going to help support us in digesting our food, because it releases bile whenever we eat our food, and that bile actually supports our body in breaking down the food for digestion. So if you've had your gallbladder removed, or if you're having challenges with your gallbladder, there's a bigger reason why. There's a root to that problem that you can get to and potentially resolve. So I'm trying to see what else I had written on here. Hydrochloric acid. Yeah, so once again, we must decongest the liver and the gallbladder. There's too much toxic bad fats in people's diets today, and literally their lymphatic systems are congested, their liver's congested, their gallbladders are congested. And I know I've talked about this before, but the lymphatic system is actually the sewer system of the body. So think about it like this. Everyone knows what the circulatory system is. Everyone knows about blood. Everyone knows that we have a heart that beats, you know, and it pumps our blood throughout our body. But we also have a very, very critical system called the lymphatic system, and that is literally the sewer system of the body. Most people have heard of lymph nodes and how that works. And so the lymphatic system is actually what's responsible for detoxifying the body. And we have so much lymph in our intestinal tract. And honestly, our digestive tract, our intestinal tract is literally our detoxification system of the body. Like, it is such an integral part of that if you have congested lymph and it's falling onto that digestion, and vice versa, if you have hindered digestion and it's causing you to have congested lymph, hello, I've been through it all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, all this stuff that I talk about, it's because I've been through it too. So like, that's why I know so much about it, because I've done research and I've done all the natural ways of cleansing my body. Like, I've experienced it all. And unfortunately, I've done the unpleasant things where I didn't necessarily know what to do, and I took it upon myself, or I listened to what somebody else said, and I experienced some even further challenges. Okay. So I literally have been through it. And once again, that's just why I'm passionate about sharing this with you guys. So what you require doing is really getting clear, changing your lifestyle. If you're eating dead, devitalized, processed, crappy food, if your food has a label on it, then you shouldn't be eating it. If your food's coming in a package or a box, then you shouldn't be eating it, right? You know, with the exception of certain things, like I talk about the organic frozen berries that I buy from Walmart, things like that. I mean, there are exceptions on certain things, but you know, if the food that you're eating is not real whole food that your great grandma ate, then it's not real whole food. So if it's not fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, meat, fish, greens, then it's not real whole food. Boom, end of story. Like, that's how easy it is. People are like, I don't know what to eat. Sweet love, it's very easy. Eat real whole food. And what most people's challenges are is they have hindered digestion. So unfortunately, I even have this same thing, that even when you are eating real whole food, sometimes if your digestion is hindered, even though you're eating real whole food, you're doing your best to, you know, eat right, stay on track. If your digestion's hindered, you're not going to break down your food properly. You're not going to absorb the nutrients from the food. You're potentially going to be constipated. So all those things are, once again, you know, that's a sign of a bigger problem. And that means basically you have hindered digestion, and that you require getting your gallbladder decongested, you know, supporting your liver and functioning better, cleansing out your colon. These are all things I support people in doing. So it's a beautiful thing. And once you clean it all out, then you feel like 16 years old again. It's amazing. So that's really what I want to talk to you guys about tonight. And I trust this information has supported you. I get so many messages from people asking me questions about stuff related to digestive challenges and digestive issues. So many people too, they're sick all the time. Their immune system is suppressed. They don't feel good. Their body is toxic. Their body is overwhelmed. Their adrenals are taxed. They feel like shit. They don't have any energy. They don't have have the mental clarity. They don't feel good. It's like literally as days go by and months go by and years go by, they're literally feeling worse and worse and worse and worse. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, that is not how we're meant to function and operate. We are meant to be healthy. We're meant to have, energy and vitality and clarity and like feel amazing in our life. I don't care how young you are. I'm 36 years young. I'll be 37 in June, and I feel better now than I literally have ever felt in my life. So one other thing I want to throw in there too is I believe I did talk about, the conscious side of it, that, the stomach or the digestive tract, this area here is where we house fear, and also digestion can actually be hindered as well if you are experiencing challenges with assimilating your life or assimilating your environment. So, if you have challenges with whatever's going on in your external and it's something emotional related to that, of course, because we break down emotionally and energetically before we do physically, then you're also going to express a physical symptom. So if you have a lot of challenges with like stomach aches and constipation and stomach cramps and stuff like that, from the consciousness standpoint, you get to figure out maybe what you got going on there that is causing you to feel fear around something. Okay. So, I love what I do. I'm super passionate about it. Like sometimes I wish I could just like unzip my brain and just put it into everybody else so that they could have all this knowledge as well. But life really is a beautiful journey, and we require going through our lives to learn certain things. And then obviously, like me, for instance, now I'm really seeing that this is my passion, that this is what I'm here for. So your greatest weakness shall be your greatest strength. And so I've basically taken everything that I've been through with my health and I've turned it all around. And now I'm super passionate about supporting other people in transforming their life and transforming their health as well, because I would never want to think about anybody going through some of the things that I've been through. So thank you guys so much for sharing the video. Seriously, Jackie, I thank you, sister. I appreciate you guys so much. Erica, you guys are amazing. So feel my love and appreciation, guys. Let me just tell you some things that I have available. This is not a salesy video, but obviously this is what I do, and I'm here to support people. So let me just tell you what your options would be. Okay, if you're interested, I have a 4-week fast track transformation program. It starts on Monday, February the 6th. It's a 4-week program where literally we go in depth, just like this, where we are literally cleansing your colon. It's a gentle cleanse. You don't have to sit by the toilet all day long. We're using real whole food. Okay, so it's not multi-level marketing. I'm not selling any products. I don't make any money off of it. I tell you what to get and you purchase it. But I'm going to support you with a 4-week program. You're going to fill out a health questionnaire or assessment so I can get a very vivid understanding of your past with your health and support you. Okay, so for 4 weeks, that's what that entails. You have one-on-one support from me, like literally like almost every single day. You're also put in a closed Facebook group with the other people that are on the program. And it's just a very intimate program. Like we're potentially going to be able to get you off medication. That's what my girl Carissa just got done doing. So yeah, that is one of the options, the 4-week program. The next one actually starts on Monday, February the 6th. Okay. The next option would be, if you're potentially interested, go to my website. I put the link above this video. It's www.mandyfonville.com. I created something called a 3-day reset. The 3-day reset is perfect for anybody who is coming from having just living the typical lifestyle, standard American diet, potentially sedentary. Maybe you're on a bunch of medications. Maybe you can't work out. Maybe you just don't feel well at all. It's a very comprehensive program. It has it has a meal plan, and most of the meals on there literally have 2 different options. So there's a shopping list for option 1, a shopping list for option 2. There's a meal plan. There's recipes, all of that. It's included. And so that's on my website. It's called a 3-day reset. And then the next option would be the 21-day transformation challenge. That's sort of what I'm known for. That's my infamous program, and that information as well is on my website. And that also includes my fitness app. It is an app that you download to your phone or whatever device you choose to use, and it has video demonstrations of the exercises. So that program actually includes the fitness portion of it, as well as support from me. You're put in a closed Facebook group with all the other like-minded, amazing, individual, beautiful beings of light that are on my program. So you're put into that closed Facebook group. You also have support from me, as well as the nutrition plan. Okay, so that would be another option, the 21-day challenge. On my program or cancel on my website right now is actually called Get Fit and Lean for 2017 21-day transformation challenge. I was getting fancy for the year 2017. So, so that's another option, would be the 21-day transformation challenge. And let me just tell you how I can support you for free. If you're having any challenges with sugar cravings, which most people are, okay, and I did too in the past, if you go to my website, www.mandyfonville.com, you can click on there. You can literally download a free guide about how to kick these sugar cravings, okay? And it has has some recipes in there to support you in how to overcome your sugar cravings. So that's free, okay? And then also I have a group called a 4-day emotional detox challenge. I created that group specifically for women, so it is for women only. And if you're interested, just click on the link above this video. I put the link for the closed Facebook group, and you can get into that group, and there is a lot of videos that will support you in detoxing emotionally, because once again, we actually break down energetically and emotionally before we break down physically. So if you can get to the root of what you potentially have going on emotionally, even if it's something that's functioning in your subconscious mind that maybe you're just completely unaware of intellectually, like you don't even know it's in there. But if you choose and you start digging deep and watching these videos and doing some of the assignments that I put in there to support women in emotionally detoxing themselves, then chances are you're going to be able to get really clear on some stuff, and you're going to be able to get rid of a lot of toxic thinking, negative energy, things like that you potentially have functioning in your life, and potentially get rid of some of your symptoms and feel different, differently based on, your physical body as well, because you're detoxing emotionally. So, that is a free group. And of course I post in that group. There's a lot of amazing women. I think the group almost has like 800 people in it now. And I choose to know when I'm going to be doing the next emotional detox challenge. But either way, I've done 2 challenges so far. So there's already quite a bit of videos and other things in there that can support you. So feel my love and appreciation for you guys, and for everyone who took out the time to be on the video tonight, and extra, double, triple love and appreciation for everyone who shared this video to your timeline, guys. I super appreciate you. And if you're experiencing any challenges at all, I don't care if you buy my programs or not. Reach out to me, send me a message. I can give you some feedback based on what you have going on, because I love it so much and this is what I do. So if I can support you in any way, feel free to contact me, comment below on this video, whether you're catching it live or you're watching the replay. Either way, I'm here to support you guys. So just feel my love and appreciation. I'm sending all my love and positive energy and vibes to everybody here. And thank you so much, everyone who's tuning in right now and potentially watching the replay. And I will chat with you guys soon. Feel my love. God night, beauties. Mwah. Bye, guys.